astonishing. I was speechless when he broke the world record at the beginning of the year for 5 kilometers on the roads on the streets of Monaco. 12:51. Nothing like that sort of speed endurance had ever been seen before over 5,000 meters on the roads. And then he confirmed that astonishing form with his brace of world records on the track at 5,000 and 10,000 in recent weeks. But Kiplimo here, we mustn't write him off, Mara, because he has special ability. We know he's got enormous speed, possibly slightly better flat speed than Cheptegei if it came to a sprint finish.
Yeah, he's done very fast times at 5,000 and 3,000 this summer. World lead over 3,000 and 12:48 over 5,000, so he's certainly got the finishing speed.
And he's stretching them here. Jacob Kiplimo is beginning to crank it up. Candier struggling to go with him. Joshua Cheptegei in third place isn't exactly on the shoulder of his compatriot. He's just tucked in behind Candier. Wallerlane, the best of the Ethiopians, in fourth place. But it is single file now, with about 4 kilometers to go. And he still looks as cool as a cucumber, doesn't he, Jacob Kiplimo? There was talk earlier in the week of him perhaps being slightly better on the corners than Cheptegei. He's slightly smaller in stature. I'm not sure if that's been a factor so far. He's a member of the Uganda Wildlife Authority. On the Kampala half marathon back in November last year in 61:53, and that of course was at high altitude while still a junior. So we know he's got experience at the half marathon distance. I might have said earlier he's a debutant. Internationally he is. 3:92 there. That was the Crippa of Italy, who looks to be heading for a personal best because he's still only about 60 or 70 metres off Kiplimo here at the front end. Mara, what's your reading of Cheptegei so far? I mean, he isn't covering this, he's not panicking, he's not going with Jacob Kiplimo, but Kiplimo must be growing in confidence.
Yeah, I mean, Kiplimo finished a close second to Cheptegei in the World Cross last year, and I was surprised that Cheptegei allowed such a big gap to develop. And even now, looks like a few second gap up to Kiplimo, so Cheptegei's wanting to win this. He really needs to act soon. Only about 10 minutes left of running.
Well, Cheptegei in third place. Set that world record 10 days ago in Valencia of 26:11 for 10,000 metres on the track. Now the conversion tables, apparently the scoring tables, turn that into a half marathon time of 57:21, so world record by 40 seconds. He's trained at altitude in Spain at about 1,500 metres, so around 5,000 feet for a week or so after that 10,000 metres world record, and then he arrived in Poland on Wednesday. And you'd think that 10 days is ample time in which to recover from a 10,000 metres world record, and you don't lose form that quickly. But Cheptegei now in third place must be hurting because Kiplimo is easing away. Candier trying desperately to go with the young Ugandan. Checks his watch there, as if to tell himself how many more minutes of hard running he's got to run. 50 minutes on the clock. Well, I've got a feeling it'll be 9 minutes to go, something like that. Here is Joshua Cheptegei. Many expected him to cruise to victory here. His 5,000 world record represented 3 times a mile in 4:03. But maybe that is the key to what we're seeing unfolding here, which is a bit of a shock, that he isn't looking like he's going to win this one. To be fair to him, he was told that the half marathon originally was back in March, and he trained hard for that one, and then he trained for the track when it was delayed until today. And his track training has taken precedence for month after month, and it's produced astonishingly rich fruit. But has that left him wanting when it comes to the half marathon endurance he needs? Because there are the gaps. Jacob Kiplimo at the top of picture, leading by about 8 or 10 metres from Candier of Kenya. Kibiwot Candier in second place in the red. Then Wallerlane of Ethiopia, trying to ensure his East African nation gets onto the rostrum, the 21-year-old in the red shorts. and Joshua Cheptegei back in 4th place. It's early to say, 8 or 9 minutes of running to come, but I would say he's looking a beaten man.
I think he's in trouble. Wallerlane just went past him with relative ease, and if, quick glance behind, I think Cheptegei's struggling here. By contrast, Kiplimo up at the front was looking very comfortable a moment ago. Candy, I thought, was struggling a little bit.
There's something almost reassuring about seeing that Joshua Cheptegei might be mortal after all. His support team, his management team, when he headed for Valencia a couple of weeks back, knew he was going to break the world record. From some of the discussions I've seen, they didn't just hope he would break the world record in Valencia, they knew he would break the world record for 10,000 metres. And that predictability is not always to everybody's liking. I think you want there to be some uncertainty. You don't want, in races of this nature, a predictability factor to be really high. Well, it doesn't appear to be today. It's a surprise. We had a big surprise at the London Marathon 2 weeks ago when Eliud Kipchoge was well beaten. And today, so far, it would appear as though Joshua Cheptegei is going to be beaten. But who is going to be the winner? Because this is turning out to a battle royal. 52.5 minutes on the clock. Kibiwot Kandie in the colours of Kenya. They'll be roaring him on. Back in the Rift Valley.
Uganda were in 3rd place behind Ethiopia and Kenya. And as soon as we get an update through 20k, we'll bring you that. But Kiplimo looking very comfortable. By contrast, Candy, I think, is suffering a bit from that surge he put in a moment ago. But these two seem to be well clear of 3rd and 4th at this stage.
Well, the 20k split is not far away now. They went through 15k in 42.17. This 5k split, I'm sure, will have been by far the quickest of the race. We've seen 14.19, 14.04, and then 13.54. So wait for this 20k split. I'm sure it'll be special. And that is what has taken the sting out of the legs, the life out of the legs of Joshua Cheptegei. And here it comes, the 20k split. And it's going to be inside 56 minutes. 55.55, and look at the time, 13.38. Well, there's the gap to 3rd place. Wallerlane goes through, and the leader went through in 55.55, Kiplimo. Wallerlane goes through. A 3-second gap between Kiplimo and Candy, and then an 11-second gap back to Wallerlane in the bronze medal position. And Cheptegei a further 5 seconds back.
Kiplimo's PB before now, Tim, was 61.53. That was last year. Sorry, I was thinking this was his debut. Anyway, he's going to be doing he's going to do a Ugandan record. The current record is 59.50.
He's going to run quick. It's definitely going to be under 60 minutes, but how far under 60 minutes? Look how beautifully he moves. That stride, the bounce, the fluidity. That is poetry in motion from Jacob Kiplimo. Glorious isolation is what he's earned for himself there in that shot along the seafront. He's in the run into the finish now. Boulevard Nadmorski, right alongside the Baltic Sea. He has just a few hundred metres to run. Kandie there in the red of Kenya. Powerless at the moment to close the gap on the young Ugandan. And as you pointed out, Mara, 2nd in the World Cross-Country Championships last year in Denmark. Maybe gold today in a global championship on a different surface. He is the real deal. Is this the next Joshua Cheptegei? I don't want to say the king is dead, long live the king. But this young man, at 19, looks as though he's heading for a world title. I believe it will make him the youngest winner of this title in the 24 editions. This, remember, the 24th edition of the World Half Marathon Championships. A nervous little glance over his shoulder there, and another one. But I don't think he needs to worry. Kandie in 2nd place is surely heading for the silver. But Jacob Kiplimo, World Junior Cross Country Champion back in 2017, hasn't tasted global gold since then, but his 5,000 metre speed and strength, 12.48, remember, earlier on this summer in Ostrava, He was fourth in the Commonwealth Games back in 2018 at 10,000 metres, behind one Joshua Cheptegei. Well, today he's turned the tables on his compatriot. He's turned the tables on the world, because this young man is going to be world champion. Fabulous running at a canter with great finishing speed. Jacob Kiplimo becomes world half marathon champion unofficially in 58.48 there. Kandie takes a super silver for Kenya. He did so much of the hard work in the latter stages to break up the pack after a faltering, slow, nervous first half by that big group, and a brilliant bronze for Valolain of Ethiopia.
Tim, I think Kiplimo has just set a new championship record, previously 58.59 from Tadesse of Eritrea, and I think the world under-20 half-marathon world best previously was 59.16. So a new world under-20 half-marathon best.
Valolain of
the world under-20 half-marathon world best previously was 59.16. So a new world under-20.